beautiful line I want you to write down and then remember this. I'll give you something equivalent to that. Friends, there are many such people who have struggled. Let me say, many such people nahi, all of us will have some struggle in life. Life cannot be always a cakewalk. Life cannot be always a simple moonwalk. It will always have struggle. So many friends, all of them had struggled. So, but only thing is, if you want to actually be successful, always remember, life is not about what you couldn't do so far, it's about what you still can do. Right now you will have to keep this as a target. Life is not all about what you could not do till now. Life is all about what can you do till now. Wait, don't ever give up. Miracles happens. Miracles are supposed to happen. And there is one more saying we say, life is not all about what all you don't have. Life is all about what can you do with whatever you have. If I take an example of Rajinikanth sir, when Rajini sir went to actually say I want to act in movies, people looked at him and they did not find anything that could make him an hero or even an actor, even a side actor. From top to bottom he looked very dark. His face was too big for his body. He never had a narrow body. His chest is quite very broad. When you look at him, he has a very big face and small eyes. All these were looked at on the negative note. But today when we talk about Rajini sir knew all these are not there in you. So he told, life is not all about what all I don't have. Life is all about what can I do with whatever I have. He had one thing, style. He was such an amazing in style. He could actually act. He could do such beautiful styles that nobody else did. And today he is the highest paid Indian actor. So South Asian actor, if I say it won't be wrong. That was possible because he did not take life as life is not always about what all I don't have. Most of you give up on your dreams because you think, if I don't have that, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. If I say you can get into a political forum, I don't have a godfather. How many politicians had a godfather and they have come up in life? So like that, when you look at, life is not always about what all you don't have. Life is all about what can you do with whatever you have. Now, life is not always about what you could not do so far. Till today, whatever you have not done, that is not the life. What can be done from today, that is going to be life. That is the very reason we tell you, happy, what we call it as birth, now a happy living. Right now, can you happily with lot of conviction work towards your goal? That should be your motive. We will try to work on that. Now with this, just to take a small glance at, see how many attempts, how many failures he had. If you are going to observe, Abraham Lincoln lost the job in 1832. He was defeated for legislative. One more failure. He failed in business in 1933. He lost his wife, sweetheart, at 1835. He had a nervous breakdown at 1836. Immediately after 2 years, he was defeated as a speaker in 1838. And then in 1843, he was defeated for nomination for Congress. And again, he lost his renomination in 1848. He was rejected for the land officers election in 1849. He was defeated for a Senate election in 1854. He was defeated for nomination for Vice President in 1856. He was again defeated for Senate in 1858. The only three success what he had was in 1834 he was elected to legislature and he was elected to Congress in 1846. And finally his last election he was elected as a president. Today we don't remember him for all these failures. We only remember him for this final success what he had. The world will never remember your failures. The world will only remember your success. The loudest way to tell the world shut up is show results. Don't get into an argument. It will lead to nowhere. Success, when it hits, people only remember your success. It was one such World Cup. It was a semi-final and it was between India and Pakistan. It so happened during that time Tendulkar was in the peak And in Pakistan, there was this fast bowler, Shoaib Akhtar. He was in his peak. Media always tries to put some masala whenever there is any kind of a match between India and Pakistan. So when there was a public press meet where they had to address the press and they had to say they were an Indian players, and on the other side there was Pakistan players, everybody in one single room. When the Indian players were sitting and they were only the captains who were sitting, the media desperately wanted to have some masala, so they went up to for Shoaib Akhtar and he told Shoaib Akhtar, what have you to say about this coming match? He says, I don't know about any other players. I'm going to be the person who is going to out Tendulkar as early as possible. They go up to Tendulkar because they wanted his reaction. Shoaib Akhtar says that he's going to make you out, and he says, let the match decide. The loudest way to tell the world shut up is show results. When the results come, people simply follow you. So it so happened that next day the news was there about the press meet, and everybody thought there is going to be a dashing from this Rawalpindi Express and Tendulkar. That is how it was told. Then the match happens. Definitely Tendulkar was out by Rawalpindi Express, Shoaib Akhtar only, but he was out after hitting at least beautiful 70 plus runs with multiple sixers and floors. And finally India wins that match and goes to semi-final. Next day in the Indian newspaper they say Rawalpindi Express D-rate by the amazing batsman Tendulkar. So the loudest way to tell the world shut up is to show results. You need not get into an argument. Argument leads to nowhere. Be that captain, cool, very calm, and see what best performance you can give. That is what this man did. The world was telling, you are a failure, you are a failure, you are a failure, you are a failure. He did not care. Finally, he was elected as a president of United States of America, and there was no looking back. He became very, very successful. Now, we will go to few slides, and yes, the time is 12. We will try to complete as early as possible. We have already nearly seen every one of this. But still, we have seen what is confidence building, why confidence building is required. I have given a lot of examples, like Hanuman forgot that he was confident enough, so confidence building was required. After Chandrayaan 2, the entire team was devastated. They thought it's going to be one of the greatest success, but when it failed, Modi ji had to go up to them and build them confidence. So why confidence building is required? Otherwise, the team will lose out and they will never be able to bounce back. In such places, confidence building is a must. You as a team leader, you as a member of a team, building up each other's team's confidence is your responsibility. You will have to start working on it. So that becomes very important. How to be confident? See, as a leader, if you yourself are not confident, your team can never be confident at all. So you will have to first build self-confidence in you, self-motivate yourself, come to that position, and then when you address them with that heart of a winning, definitely your team will understand it. So importance of confidence building. What is overconfidence? When we have spoken of all this, let us also speak about this very important topic. What is overconfidence? See, when I say overconfidence, overconfidence is very dangerous. Most of the time what happens, you also can make out when a team fails very miserably, you say they were very overconfident that they are going to win this match. That is the reason they have miserably failed. Sometimes when you are overconfident, you practice less. When you are overconfident, you start taking things lightly. This is very dangerous. If you are overconfident, you practice still more, then it is good. Your overconfidence and you take everything very, very seriously, then it is beautiful. But most of the time when confidence builds up, ego gets in and your practice will come down. When your practice drastically comes down, you will be giving such a bad performance. That is what happened with the match between India and England. Initially the England team felt Virat Kohli is not there, most of the big players is not there. This is not going to be the team that needs to actually face England. And they were miserably wrong. And the way these young players played, they are in the news on the world platform. Why? they did such a phenomenal win. It is a miracle by itself. Never in the past it has happened something against England. And we are so happy with the performance of our Indian young team with an young captain. And they have done remarkably well. Why? The England showed too much of overconfidence. The newspaper writes telling that our team players were very confident that they are going to hit the win very, very successfully, but they failed miserably because of this overconfidence. That is what I mean. Overconfidence is very, very dangerous. We will have to work on overconfidence, not to be very confident. So when I say building confidence, it's very important that I first build myself. As a coach, I should have confidence. Then I will have to build a team where all of them are confident against each other. So it is very, very important I build up confidence on myself that I can play with this team and win the World Cup. When he was appointed as a coach, the real story goes something like this. He happens to miss the final, only one goal that would have saved India's dream of World Cup in the semi-finals, and India loses. Then people start blaming him. When people start blaming him, he gets into a kind of depression. Now somehow he had to bounce back and he had to make the world believe that yes, what I did was not wrong, what I did was right, I could not hit the ball to the goal. That was my mistake because it happened there. It was not deliberate. People started saying he's deliberately lost the match as he was a Muslim. Sometimes we use this word, excuse is a truth in a wrong place. Sometimes excuse is not a truth, but it is kept in the right place. That is also dangerous. So he takes it as a challenge. My ek medal jeet ke ye, I am going to die. These were his expression. He told, I am going to win a medal and then I will take my last breath. I don't want to die with this black label that I could not get a medal for India. And then his challenge and his confidence that I can do this was reflected in all these team members. It was very difficult. He had to feel confidence in each and every one of them. People were confident about themselves. They were not confident about each other. They were two such players who never passed the ball to each other. Whenever they were playing, in the team they were playing as two team members. That was very, very dangerous. So the opposition could always target them and pick the ball from them because they knew if this girl gets the ball, she is not confident about others hitting the goal. So she herself will push the ball towards the goal, and when 4 or 5 people attack you, they can always take over the ball. So that way it was a challenge for him to build confidence in each and every one of them and then win the gold medal to us. And it is a true story. It became a real sensational story that happened. This is an imaginary story, but this is also a very inspiring story. Because he had to give the lagan means what we say tax. So there was a challenge that if at all you are going to win a match against us, your lagan will be forgiven. He takes it as a challenge. He had an objective, he had a goal. When I asked you where do you want to go, you told I don't know where I want, give me wherever you can, wherever you want. Most of you are actually sitting in a journey from life to death in a train, and you know it is going to reach destiny. One day you are going to die. Anybody can raise your hand and say, sir, I am immortal, sir. मैं बिल्कुल नहीं मरूंगा. Everybody knows destination is fixed. Whether you like or dislike, journey is happening. Every now and then the ticket collector comes. He's seeing whether you are sitting in the right train. Where do you want to go? At least by answering that you will know, does this train go to that place? No, then let me change. That also he can handle. But some of you don't know where you want to go. That is very, very dangerous. This man knew he had to win the match. Come what may, he had to win the match. मुझे a match जीतना ही है. I have handicap like him who cannot actually hold the ball also. Still I need to win. I have an egoistic character like him, but still I want to win. There are ek achut in this batch whom they don't want to actually sit together and even have lunch. I want to win. So lot of indifferences he had to collect and bring them close. It was a challenge for him. But he takes it. He not only builds confidence in each and every one of them, and ultimately they win. Why we are giving you such examples? Sometimes in life it pushes you into such phase where you get depressed, you get into a low state and you start feeling I cannot do it. some of the old things that you were doing also you cannot do it. Life is always about that. You are able to do a lot of miracles. After 80, if you are able to go back to your home from your office without anybody's help, that itself is a great achievement. After 85 plus, just like a boy could answer his own toiletry without anybody's help, if you can do that, that's a beautiful thing. By the age of 3.5 years, if you could identify who your uncle, aunt and mom was, in the same manner, before death 3 years down the line, if you can actually identify who your son is, who your wife is, who your brother is, that itself is a great achievement. Your yesterday is not equal to today. Today you may be a Vishwesharaya, but that day you will forget who your son is also. You will not know how to answer a nature call also. Things are going to be so devastated. So live a life with so much of positiveness, because one day you will suffer that misery. Life is like that. Or you should have that happy death. Abdul Kalam once told yesterday, that kind of a death, where people say, yeah, Papa, it's time now, you have gone, it's nice. Here was a real story where it was not only a challenge and confidence building for him, and also to build a confidence, because these two were not males, they were females. In that particular village, wrestling was something that was considered was a male dominated game. Females were in such a conservative environment there, none of them even came out. At least being a farmer's help would be the girl's responsibility. Never they came out, and never they fought wrestling, and never the akhadas were built for wrestlers. It was boys' zone. Girls never used to go to that place also. From there, he had to develop these two people and make them win medals. She has 1, 2, 3 medals. He has 1, 2, 3 medals. It was a great achievement. That was only possible because he had a strong commitment. He had to have his confidence built up and then pour the confidence onto them and see to it they achieve the goals in his eyes. That is called as confidence building. I have given you a lot of examples. This man, every implementation, look at the kind of confidence he exhibited. Everywhere. Even in this Operation Sindoor, it was not an easy task. The preparation was going on from past so many years, and so beautifully it was executed. The world looked at Indian technology, because the world knew India is good in IT. The world knew India is good in ISRO as a satellite. That kind of a vertical, we are very good. India was good in medicine, they knew. But India is capable of protecting itself. Its defense equipments are so strong, nobody knew. And this Operation Sindoor, with this greatest BrahMos, which is again a creation of this man who was rejected a pilot job. If somebody would have given him a pilot job, he wouldn't have become a missile man of India. That missile man of India wouldn't have launched so many projects, and BrahMos is his initiation of projects. And BrahMos, a project on a global environment in tie-up with Russia, is a great success. Today we have a huge market for that. So that is where we have come to. He was amazing. His positive thoughts were non-comparable. So everything that he implemented, everything he thought positive was amazing. It was during this Corona time where we as ordinary people, when we were shaken up, a person who is leading us in the driver's seat, what would be going on in his mind? He came up with a lot of ideas. People initially started with stupidity. He told all of us will come out and we will bell. And people followed it. We told we are together. That was beautiful. And he told we will actually light a lamp and then share it in social media and say we are all together. Every initiatives of his really worked fruitfully because of this positive attitude. How much of positiveness he had to feed into himself to come there and stand strong. Because the world is in disaster. Not that one country is comfortable, let me take their help. Corona was not that kind of a virus which entered a country knowing that which country it is. It went uniformly to the entire world and we were capable of handling it. Mother Teresa, an amazing lady. Yesterday I gave you an example. What a positive lady she was. What a confidence in her. When she knew this man spitted on the bowl, she did not lose her confidence. She told, I will still collect the money from him. And she told very smilingly, thank you for this. She wrapped that spit, kept it, and she told, can you please help the poor? Confidence is that. That is confidence building for that man. He had a simple argument in the hotel and he thought his world has gone upside down. And this lady, after abusing to the core, selflessly still wants to help the poor family. That is confidence. Our missionaries of hospitals are there all across the world, not one place. A very simple man, a selfish man, but once he is filled with so much of hatred towards one particular incident that happened in his life, only two thought process came. He was filled with high confidence, telling that I am going to chase the Britishers out of India. And he was also attacked by the same emotion which made him think, I don't want to live this life. What is this life? Am I a slave? Let me die. I cannot stand this humiliation anymore. So two thought process. One is that confidence thought process. One more is that negative thought process. When did this happen? He was a selfish. He was a drunk. He used to drink. He used to smoke. He stole from his pocket's money, dad's pocket money. He has used bad languages. He has bunked classes. He has done all kinds of nonsense. But still, he became a lawyer. He never had anything in his mind that I need to get freedom for my country. He went to South Africa for himself to work as a lawyer. But when he was ill-treated in one of those compartments, it so happens one day he had to come for an addressing to the court. When he was supposed to come for an addressing to the court, he knew it is getting late. There was a moving train. He was supposed to get onto this compartment. Because a train moved, he helplessly got into the next compartment. In South Africa also, the train had different compartments labeled as for masters and for slaves. Masters means only whites could get in. Slaves means everybody could get in. He accidentally got into that master's compartment, and as soon as he sees all the white faces, he goes in one corner, he sits, not on the chair, down. But still, they humiliate him and they throw him out of the train. Just like he's a street dog who has got into a shit, and when he enters the house, how do you chase him out? That kind of a treatment was given. One of the writer writes, if Britishers had to leave India, one of the turning point was the police officer or the compartment people, how they misbehaved with Gandhiji. That was one such incident. And one more, incident where a massacre happens in Punjab, where several people were killed. So these were two such incidents which were the turning point of the Britishers' fall in India. Otherwise, we had accepted Britishers as smart people, let us rule us, we are learning lot of things. We had gone into that clerical attire and we felt we are becoming developed nation under Britishers' rule. That had happened. And we were ready to become a part of them. And Christianity, that conversion was happening in full swing. Lot of things were happening. But these two turning points made Britishers fail miserably, not only in India. This colonization started spreading all over the world. It is not India alone calls Gandhiji as father of nation. The entire world calls Gandhiji as father of Indian nation or their nation, because they think that the freedom has got, and one of the men responsible for that is Gandhiji. When he was thrown off, that humiliation puts him to such a negative attire. He gets one thought process: I should commit suicide, I don't want to live this life. Oh God, is this the life you have given me? And one more, I am not only going to chase these Britishers out of India. Confidence. Sometimes in your life also, Arjun will start giving positive thoughts. Duryodhan, the negative mind, will start giving negative thoughts. You should be able to suppress Duryodhan. Take his wordings, take his warnings. Prepare well. Don't be overconfident. Take his warnings. Don't show inferiority complex, because that low confidence will never allow you to face the game with positive energy, and you will fail miserably. When a batsman enters the stadium already thinking I'm going to be out the first ball, definitely the first ball you will be out. Clement Stone very beautifully told, confidence is all about whether you think you can or whether you think you cannot. Can you repeat? Confidence is all about whether you think you can or you think you cannot. If you think you can, you can. If you think you cannot, you cannot. Right now, a problem is there. One of you raises your hand, I have a solution. That man thinks he has a solution, he will give a solution. The rest of them think they don't have a solution because the arrow itself they have left to the thought saying, इसमें क्या solution हो सकता है? When you leave an arrow expecting no solution, results will be no solution only, na? If you think you cannot only will come. If you think you can will come. That man raised, I have a solution for this. And people say, how is this man having solution for all? That is building confidence, acting confidence and proving that you are confident. That was Tenali Rama. That was the great Akbar, Birbal. These were two people in one of the times. Tenali Rama had solutions to all problems. Why? Because he thought from that perspective, I can give solution. So he started giving solution. In your home also, one person takes that responsibility and he says, जो भी problem आया देखा जाएगा, we'll solve it. And he is able to give solutions to everything. He is called as a leader of your family. He is called as a boss of your company. He is called as a manager of your company. You go with any problem, he has a solution. Why? He starts, I can. When you start, I cannot, you cannot. Most of you did not choose doctor because you felt you cannot. Most of you took whatever vertical you took because you felt you can. So, confidence is not all about what you have, what you don't have. Confidence is all about, do you think you can or you cannot? So, when you know, why don't you push yourself and think you can? That is positiveness. Take some examples and think you can and go there with confidence. 50 runs मार के ही आऊंगा. You will hit the runs and come. नहीं मुझे डर लग रहा है, मैं आउट हो जाऊंगा फर्स्ट बॉल में आउट होके ही आओगे. कैप्टन बोलेगा आप मत जाओ, इधर ही बैठो. If you are not confident, don't go. So even the team players are always told, when you feel you are not confident, don't go. You can stay. There is an extra player. He is always confident. Let me send. How does confidence building exercise happens? Sometimes give the responsibility to your subordinates. Allow them to execute in their own terms. Otherwise, you will not know when a new Saurav Ganguly will be born, when a new Virat Kohli will be born, when a new MS Dhoni will be born. They could have told, no, MS Dhoni को ना ही देंगे captainship. We will give it to the seniors only. उसका पैर या हाथ पकड़ के उन्हीं को captainship दे देंगे. No management will think like that. They knew. If the person is not confident, don't give him the baton. Don't give him. A person who thinks confident, give him. You will definitely, because he thinks he can win, he will at least win and come and he will play with that winning attitude. But as other person who is not ready to take the captainship, by force if you give him the captainship, results will not pour in. So, in your life also, ask yourself, are you with conviction or are you leading a mediocre life? Live your life out of conviction. मुझे ये करना ही है. And your thought process is, I can. This person or Gandhiji or Mother Teresa, they always thought I can. They never thought I cannot. And that's the reason they were able to do miracles. Look at this man's confidence. It's a lesson. All our personality development classes is a lesson that is an extract from the great Chanakya, the great personality development trainer. There cannot be any other trainer in the world. In the past so many years, nobody was a trainer like him. In the coming near future also, there will never be anybody like him. He is one unique man. Look at his challenge. He goes and meets his friend, a childhood friend whom they had done Gurukul together. When he ill-treats him, he gets angry and he says, you are just a king. Don't take too much onto your head. I can bring a street boy and make him an emperor. I am so powerful. I think I can. He never told. He told, I can. I can bring a street boy and make him an emperor. The genie told, Chanakya ji, your wish is my command. It shall be fulfilled. You will bring a street boy and make him an emperor. All pratignas have worked. Bhishma makes a Bhishma pratigna saying that, come what may, I will never get married. I will never have kids. It requires. Then Ashrira Vani will come. And it will say, your wish is my command, Bhishma. Till the last breath of yours, your wish shall be fulfilled. Why? You felt you can. The moment you feel you cannot, the genie will come and say, I think you have felt you cannot. You cannot. I cannot become a manager this year. The genie will come and say, what? Your wish is my command, master. You cannot become a genie this week, this year. Maybe next year. Okay. And next year comes, this year also it will not be possible. So many people in the race. Who told you so many people in the race? A chai wala can jump to become direct chief minister, not even winning any MLA, MP, corporator seat, and directly not even being once also MP, he becomes a prime minister. What are you talking? So many people in the queue. That is your bottleneck. जीने के लिए आप किससे क्या पूछ रहे हो? See, most of the time when we ask, you should know what is the awqat of the person who is giving. You go to your colleague and say, कुछ difficulty है, 1-2 मिल जाएगा. He will definitely give. You are also confident. Why? You think he can. So you go, I can get it from him, and then you ask, he will give. Next time कुछ और difficulty आता है, you will go. अरे यार, this time मुझे at least 1 लाख का जरूरत है, something emergency has stand up. You go with so much of confidence. You ask, you know he can give, and you are also confident he can, and you give. Next time 10 लाख का जरूरत है, will you go and ask him? What will you think? उसका औकात नहीं है, he cannot give. 1 lakh he can give. Even if I don't return, he will not mind. But 10 lakhs he can't give, and if I don't return, he won't mind. No, ऐसा possible ही नहीं है. So what will you decide? You decide he cannot. And what did Clemenston told? If you think you can, that is confidence. If you think you cannot, that is also confidence. You cannot become a singer, that is your confidence, because you know you can become a cricketer. So work on cricketing. So what happens? पूछने वालों का औकात क्या है? That person, उसके लिए 10 लाख is any money? 10 crore is any money? You becoming a manager is anything that is not going to be fulfilled? No. देने वाला चप्पर पाड़ के देने के लिए ready है, but do you have confidence of when he comes? Can you take it? Can you ask for it? You are not ready to ask for it. Where is confidence building? At least learn to ask for it in the form of writing. Today you should write in your book, I want to be a CEO of this company where I am working as a manager right now. A man who did not become a corporator, who did not become an MLA, directly becomes a chief minister. A man who was never even a MP, he becomes what is called as prime minister. And how was it possible? Because his dream was already fixed. He had to serve the nation. A longer perspective. When you have a larger perspective, responsibilities will automatically pour onto you. When you have a will that I want to help the entire nation, God knows in which platform if I put you, you can help the entire nation. So He puts you into an higher and higher and higher platform. I want no patients to die of leprosy was the strong lady's commitment. So the genie or the God knew where if I place, she can build her own chain of hospitals, and she was placed in that particular platform, and there was no looking back. That is called as confidence. He goes and he puts a street boy who lived, and then a new empire. Chandragupta was an young boy of 12 to 13 years old. He goes up to him and he doesn't say, I am going to make you a king. He tells him, I am going to make you an emperor. And that man's confidence actually brought down the entire Nanda dynasty, and a new Maurya dynasty started. Chandragupta Maurya became the first king of Maurya dynasty. And this Maurya dynasty lasted for a longer time. That is called as confidence. How much of confidence he was in, and how much did he pour that confidence onto this young boy who was just 12 to 13 years of old. He was amazing in giving this leadership skills. So Chanakya understood that Magadha was in a vulnerable state because his friend who was a leadership of Dhanananda, he was not actually focusing on citizens. So that is where he challenged and he told, you are just an ordinary king. Don't underestimate the power of a teacher. I can bring a street boy and make him an emperor, and he did so. That was his confidence. So can you exhibit that confidence in making yourself that emperor? You cannot call Chanakya now and say, you should become a Chanakya to yourself. You should become a Jambavanta for yourself. The best time for you to do this introspection, talk to yourself, self-talking, self-pepping, and actually what you call it as manifesting your dream and putting it in visual form is early in the mornings during Brahma Muhurt. before the sun rises and after the sun rises. That sacred time, instead of sleeping and doing the most dirt, it is called as the most negativest thing, sleeping. Instead of you awake yourself from that, sleep very early, so that early in the morning in the Brahma Muhurta, whatever time, even 5 is fine, 6 is fine, 6 to 7 or 5 to 6 or 4:30 to 5:30 or 5:30 to 6:30. Sit in deep thoughts. Imagine you have already become a CEO of your company. Imagine you have already handled a particular project in your company. Imagine you have already become an MLA and a chief minister of a particular state. Who is stopping you? Did Ginny come anytime and say, hey, don't dream this? At least in your dream, you have everything under your control. Once a Sadguru shares this beautiful story. A woman gets a dream, and the woman is visualizing that she is sleeping all alone in the house, and that day she was sleeping all alone in the house. In her dream, she is imagining a man with a mask in his face. He walks into her room, and as she is visualizing, she is feeling the same thing. Physically, she sees a man walking into the room. He's having a knife, he's holding her neck, and then she's feeling that he's going to definitely kill me. Now he says, can I do something so that you will not kill me? The man with a smile says, oh madam, the dream is yours. You can change whatever you want. Even in dream we don't. If I say, assume you have 3 crores with you, what will you do? So how can I assume 3 crores? 3 crores I cannot assume. You say 10 lakhs I can assume, because last time I have seen 10 lakhs. You cannot visualize that 3 crores. 3 crores in cash. Can you visualize which place of your home you are going to keep? Just visualize. एक दिन आएगा, जिनी लेकर आता है. You are thinking, कहाँ रखूँ? रूम में रखूँ, ऊपर रखूँ? Sir, 3 crores not possible, son. कुछ कम है तो बोल दीजिए. We are not ready. Assuming 10 crores है. एक आदमी ने आके आपको देके जाता है, नेक्स्ट डे उसका सीवियर हार्ट अटैक हो जाता है, वापस नहीं आएगा. कहाँ रोकोगे 10 करोड़? नहीं, you are not ready to think also that 10 crore कहाँ रोको? Not ready. This reminds about confidence building and overconfidence. See, there's a beautiful story. The time is running up. There's this confidence building exercise. It's a beautiful story. Sometimes you should draw a line, and you should know, in turn of building somebody's confidence, are you losing out your confidence? It's very, very important. Or you becoming a culprit. It's not easy to become a counselor. People say, I'll become a counselor, I can take up PD sessions, I can counsel people, I can motivate people. Every time you try to motivate, self-motivation definitely happens. But it is a lot of energy churning experience. It's not going to make you feel comfortable. It will drain you, but you should be able to bounce back and continue. It so happened, it is a true story, I still remember. It was my friend, whose name is Peter. He is a very good friend of mine, and his father is a very good businessman. His father has a craze about lottery. It so happened during his old age, that means after he turned 70, 75, he had an health upset and he had a severe heart attack once. So my friend, after he had a severe heart attack, after the operation was done, the doctor has advised, do not give him any high positive emotions or negative emotions too high to him, because he has this hypertension and he had already undergone one surgery. So whatever is there, do not disclose too happy or too sorrowful incidents. Accidentally also, if it happens, you should know how to do it. If you cannot do it, you consult somebody who can do it and then get it done from him. It so happens that one day, because of the lottery what my friend's father had bought, he wins a 3 crores lottery. 3 crores lottery means he is very happy, but his father doesn't know he has won. His father has generally given the lottery to his son, and he has said, hey, this is my lost lottery, you check whether I have won anything. And he sees he has won 3 crores. Now how to disclose this? He goes up to the doctor and says, something like this happened, what should we do? Do you know any common friend, any spiritual friend, because they can release this thought process in a very nice manner. Then he says, yes, the church father is a very good friend of my dad. I think I'll ask him to reveal this information. Okay, they say. It so happens that a meeting is arranged, and the father has come home for a lunch, and my friend and my friend's father and the father, the church father, all of them are having lunch together. While they are having lunch, they had called me also. I also went, I joined, and my friend told father, uncle, release the news. His father, who is a father of a church, he is an expert. He knows how to release the news in packets. So he started with a small story. My dear friend Tony, it's very nice that we are friends from so many years. Hey, you have this craze of playing lottery, na? I'm just like that casually asking, what if you win 1 lakh rupees? What will you do? My friend's father thinks and he says, 1 lakh. If I win 1 lakh, that is what is your question. Na? Let me tell you, if I win 1 lakh, you are my best friend and you are a father. You don't take anything to yourself. I'll do like this. I have made enough for my kids. In that 1 lakh, my kids are not behind money, I know it. I'll give 25,000 to my son, 25,000 to my daughter, and I will keep 25,000 and I will give you 25,000. Very clearly told. He is relaxed. The father is happy. Church father is also happy. I'll call him as uncle so that you can understand. My uncle told, okay, now they are continuing with the discussion. The church father again stops. My dear Tony, assuming it is not 1 lakh, if it is 10 lakh, what will you do? Father, if 1 lakh, if I have divided 25, 25, 25 and 25, 10 lakhs also I will do the same, father. 2.5 for my daughter, 2.5 for my son, 2.5 for myself and 2.5 for you. Now, the church father, he has become excited now. He is breathing deeper and he is asking, Mr. Tony, I am telling, father, keep it cool. No, let me complete it off. Mr. Tony, what if you get 50 lakhs? He eats on the table and he says, my uncle Tony got angry. Father, why are you changing the lines and increasing the amount? I am still saying if I get 50 lakhs, 12.5 lakhs will be my daughter's, 12.5 lakhs for my son, 12.5 lakhs will be me, and rest 12.5 will be yours. Dividing it equally. Okay. What if it is 1 crore? Father, I will not change my word. On Jesus I promise. And I am saying, if I get 1 crore, 25 lakhs for my son, 25 lakhs for my daughter, 25 lakhs for me and 25 lakhs for you, father. Tony is his uncle, father is again about to ask. Now Tony uncle only says, father, I don't know what your question is. Let me say, assuming I have got a lottery of 4 crores, 1 crore for my daughter in the name of Jesus, 1 crore for my daughter, my son in the name of Jesus, 1 crore for me and 1 crore for you. In that BP, that church father gets an heart attack and then he is put into hospital and then he is still recovering. But my Tony uncle religiously gave him 1 crore because he had promised God. So sometimes confidence, where it is required, you don't know. This man came to build confidence into his person, and slowly he became deprived of that confidence and he had that severe heart attack and he had to be admitted. Sometimes when you are sharing confidence with others, when you are acting as a motivator, you should know how to handle yourself, because self-motivation is also required. When you have in abundance, you can share in abundance. When you yourself have in scarcity, what will you share to the outside world in abundance? Highly impossible. These were the words. What is confidence building? Confidence building is an inner drive for success. Confidence building is a much easier to sustain if you have a clear dreams and goals. This is just for a definition. Without this definition, I have given you a beautiful explanation. That is what confidence is. Without clear goals, I always specified about goals. Confidence will never build up. Only when you have goals, confidence get automatically built up. Okay, so you will have to set your goals right, and you need goals that will automatically build your confidence. Now, where all confidence is required? Confidence is not required in pleasurable things. चलो सब लोग होटल जाएंगे खाने के लिए, उसके लिए कॉन्फिडेंस जरूरत नहीं है. चलो मैं 1 और घंटा क्लास लेता हूँ, उसके लिए कॉन्फिडेंस का जरूरत है। नींद आ रहा है, मध्य प्रदेश बोल रहा है खाना खाना है, खाना है, खाना है। उत्तर प्रदेश बोल रहा है सोना है, सोना है, सोना है। एंड उत्तर प्रदेश को बोल रहे हो मल्लिक सर का सुनो, मल्लिक सर का सुनो। उधर कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डिंग का जरूरत है। अभी खाने के लिए जाएंगे, कॉन्फिडेंस का जरूरत नहीं है। सो वॉट एवर इज प्लेजरेबल एक्टिविटीज, नो कॉन्फिडेंस इज रिक्वायर्ड। वेयर कॉन्फिडेंस इज रिक्वायर्ड, कॉन्फिडेंस इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड इन ऑल प्लेजरेबल डूइंग्स। मूवी देखने के लिए अभी सब लोग सोएंगे 10 मिनट 15 मिनट, कॉन्फिडेंस का जरूरत नहीं है। गो फॉर ईटिंग, कॉन्फिडेंस का जरूरत नहीं है। नेटफ्लिक्स डाल के एक मूवी देख लेते हैं, बड़ा कैमरा है ना, अच्छा रहेगा, बड़ा सीसीटीवी है, बड़ा मूवी जाना, नॉट रिक्वायर्ड। But where confidence is required, all painful doings, studying, exercising, writing, attending classes, reading, exam, working, meeting, new responsibility, new project, big project, going outside the comfort zone, that is where confidence is required. Where confidence building is not required, when you are executing things in your comfort zone, that is what I told. Most of the time, whenever you are in a comfort zone, you don't require confidence at all. जो कल किए थे वही आज करने के लिए कॉन्फिडेंस का जरूरत नहीं है। अगर जो कल किए उससे थोड़ा सा बढ़कर करना है, when you want to go into an uncomfort zone, if you are doing and executing jobs outside your comfort zone, that is where you require confidence. Ask yourself, have I executed something outside my comfort zone? There should not be a day where you say, I did not go outside my comfort zone. It could be simple things. Today you walked 1 kilometer. Can you jog 1 kilometer and show? Today I jogged 1 kilometer. Can you make it 1.5 kilometer and show? Today I have done Surya Namaskara 10 times. Can you make 11 and 12 and show? That is, you are actually expanding your comfort zone. I was comfortable doing 10 push-ups last year. This year I am very comfortable doing 50 push-ups. That means you have grown. मैं लास्ट ईयर भी 10 पुशअप्स करता था, आज भी 10 पुशअप्स करता हूँ. यू आर एक्चुअली नॉट ग्रोइंग, दैट इज नॉट एक्चुअली कॉन्फिडेंस ग्रोथ. सो आस्क योरसेल्फ, where do you think confidence is not required? When you are executing the job multiple times. When you have executed job, say the same job to execute any number of times, you don't require confidence. To do something which you have already done earlier, you don't require confidence. To do something for the first time. So the entire action is, what is the work and what time are you doing? If you are doing for the first time, yes, you require confidence, you require more. When you are doing it for the second time, you don't require so much of confidence. A little less also will do, because I already have a experience of my first vada did not satisfy, second vada. After 3 attempts, after 4 attempts, after 5 attempts, you don't require confidence at all. Your confidence is already very high. Nobody will say, do you need any motivation? No sir, jeet kya hoga. Don't worry. But don't be egoistic. The moment you become egoistic, you will suffer. You will miserably fail. Genie himself will make you fail when you become overconfident and egoistic. Overconfident and more accurate and more convicted, success is there. So this is what is our basic understanding. If I am asking you, yes, now we have already seen all this. If you have any doubts, I would like to help you out. Otherwise this ends today's session. So what is confidence building? Why do we require confidence building? How to be confident? How to build confidence? Importance of confidence building? What is overconfidence? If you have any doubts, I would be ready to answer. Otherwise, we will go there. We will have one group photo, and then we will take a bye. I'll take up one photo from here. Please keep it there. Behind the flag, or we will stand this side or that side. I'll close this off, and I'll be uploading these videos.